guys, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing this crazy fun eye look, and let me tell you, first of all, this video is a hot mess. Editing this is going to be such a train wreck, I feel like, because when I was filming it, I was looking in the viewfinder and I was like, I hate this. I feel like I look terrible. But then as the look kind of wrapped up, I was like, okay, I can work with this. This is looking better. So I showed this later on in the video, but I am going to go ahead and show it now in the intro. Was inspired by this picture that I saw on Instagram from NYX Cosmetics posted it, and it was makeup by Morgan Gray. So shout out to you for your beautiful eye look. If you ever see this video, you're probably going to watch this and go, wow, what a train wreck that girl is, because this look was nothing like mine. But you know what, I tried. It was fun. If you guys want to send me video, or not videos, but I mean, hey, videos too. If you want to send me anything that you want to see me recreate, definitely tweet them to me on Twitter, because I love recreating videos. Or why do I keep saying videos? I love recreating photos and looks that I see online. It just gives me like really good inspiration. I have a Pinterest board and I'm constantly like looking at that for inspiration. So I love getting inspired by other people and then using it to create my own looks. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you do, and to also comment down below anything that you would want to see from me. I have so much more time on my hands now, you guys, so I am going to be coming back full force with videos. So just wait. I know I've been pretty much non-existent forever, it seems like, but I'm going to be coming back and being way more consistent with videos, and I'm really excited. So I hope you guys are too, and I'm going to stop talking and we'll get on into the tutorial. So I've already put down a layer of the MAC 24-hour eye base, extend eye base, and I always do that off camera just because I do it every time and I feel like it gets a little bit monotonous for me to sit here on camera and be like, okay, I'm gonna put this down again, and you guys are like, okay. But I'm going to use the soft ochre paint pot from MAC because I like to layer my bases, and people ask me a lot like how I get my eyeshadow to stay and or look the way that it does. And honestly, one of the main things that I think I can say to answer that question is the double eye bases that I use, just because one is a color base. Now a lot of the times I just use this one that's like skin colored and it works really well, but if I really want to enhance a look, I will use a color base that I think is going to enhance it on top of that MAC 24-hour extend eye base, because that stuff is by far my favorite eyeshadow primer out of any that I've used. I also really like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and it does keep your makeup just as long. But if you use like creamier products or the foiled shadows that are very, very popular right now, that MAC 24-hour extend eye base, I don't know what it is about it or what properties are in that particular one that works the best for that. But you guys, it makes a world of a difference in just making the color show up. It's amazing. So I actually saw an eye look on the NYX Cosmetics page on Instagram, and it was makeup by Morgan Gray that created this look, and that is actually what I'm going to be recreating today. So I didn't get this idea myself. I wanted to make sure I gave the credit where it was due, which was not to me, but I am going to be looking over at it to kind of recreate it because I thought it was really fun. So I'm going to be using a couple different palettes today. I'm mostly going to be working out of my Morphe 2502 palette, but I also recently picked up this Carity palette. I have no idea if it's going to be any good, but I keep seeing it online and no one talks about it on YouTube. Like none of the big gurus. I haven't really done a lot of research on it, but there are people who have done reviews, so I don't want to sit here and say no one talks about it, because that's not true. But most people that I typically watch do not talk about it. But I'm actually going to reach into my Carity palette first of all, and I'm going to try this Nature color, which is just this bone shade, and I'm going to just use that so that way my shades have something to kind of blend off of, because the look in this photo doesn't really have a, which I should have cleaned this brush off first because it's probably got some pinks and stuff on it, but it doesn't look like it has a transition shade at all. It just looks like the shade has been blown out to look the way that it does. So that's kind of what I'm going to try to do here. So I'm gonna start with the lighter shade in the crease area and work my way to that dark, like, well, not lighter, but like the pink shade. I'm gonna use this carroty shade. I'm gonna use this one in the color Radioactive. It's the brightest yellow that I could find in my palette collection, and I was like, you know what a better time to try to use some new makeup. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, all right, I'm feeling it. I'm gonna lay that down right in that crease area and the inner crease. And I want it to feather up, so I'm making sure I go up a little bit into my crease so you can see it, because you know, you don't want to not see the color. So I'm gonna take this Morphe shade in Ablaze, which just appears to be the right kind of orange for what I'm going for. You know what I think would make a lot of these Morphe palettes better for people like me who do makeup tutorials? Is if they had mirrors in them. I don't know, I just really feel like I could use a good mirror right about now. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of just use like a motion, a light hand to blend it out. You know, a lot of the times people are like, I can't make my eyeshadow look like that. And you're using the same products, you're using the same brushes, sometimes you're not. Listen, tools and application is everything when it comes to makeup. Like if you have the right tools, but you're not using the right pressure, you're not gonna get the same look and it's not gonna turn out the way you want it to. And I'm telling you this because I've had so many people ask me about that before, and it's like, you just have to have a knowledge of how to apply the color, because without that, it's not going to apply the way you want it to. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the shade Fire, which is this really bright, like red pink color in this palette, and I'm going to use that in the outer corner of the outer portion of the crease. This is like scary. I don't know why, but I wanted to have some fun with my look today, and I'm actually getting a little scared that I'm going to think I look crazy when I'm done, especially because my outfit today is so not crazy, and this is so like summery and just not what you would typically wear during this time of year. I actually feel like I lost a little bit of the orange, but I'm gonna go back in with that in a second, because now what we need to do furiously is blend this out, because I didn't do any blending yet. I purposely wanted to wait until, you know, I was getting to this point to do some blending. So we don't want, especially with a bright color like this, you do not want your eyes to look freaking scary. You know, you want it to be blended out. You want it to have that appearance. So as I'm blending here, I am seeing that the shade, the orange shade, is getting very much lost. So I am going to have to go back in with that orange shade. But I do want to blend it out so that way I don't look in the viewfinder and think I look freaking nuts. Because I kind of do when I look in the viewfinder, a little bit. I think I'm gonna actually have to go in with a little bit of something up here to clean up the brow area, because it is looking a little bit too crazy up in that area right now. And try to add that back in there, because I definitely do not see the orange in there like I did before. So I'm gonna go in with a concealer brush in that same paint pot that we used earlier, and I'm going to carve out my crease with it. So I'm going to grab the shade Polished, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to use that in the outer portion of the eye here. So then I want to use the shade Pure, which is like the brighter like goldy shade in this palette, and I'm going to use that on the inner portion of the eye. I'm almost feeling like I want to use a different brush for this part. I want to use my MAC 242. just because I feel that it carves up into that area really nicely. And I feel like I have a little bit of color on this brush, but it's fine. So I'm gonna just carve out that area, follow that color up into where I have it concealed off. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye. You guys, I'm honestly not liking this at all. So then I'm gonna go back in with that same shade we used earlier, and I'm going to kind of meld it together with a light hand. And I like to take a little bit of the gold over the top of it and use it to kind of blend everything together, so that way we don't have a just stark clear line of demarcation. I don't like that. I like it to look, you know, gradual and pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my pencil brush. I'm gonna grab that yellow shade because I want to go in the same order that I did before. So I'm gonna get that yellow shade, Radioactive, and I'm going to apply that under the eye in the same manner that I did at the top of the eye. And then I'm gonna go in that same order. I'm gonna grab the orange shade. And then, like I said, I'm just following that same pattern, and I'm just gonna use that pink shade. I'm gonna take it through the brow area, carve out my brows. I'm gonna take the shade Universal, which is this brown shade, and I am going to go over the top of these colors that I used, and I'm going to try to blend it out and take away that pink look and blend my edges back out, because my edges, oh girl, my edges are looking so bad. So now I'm going to add in my brow bone shade, and the 3502 does not have a good brow bone shade, so I'm gonna grab the shade Stargasm from the Carity palette, and I'm going to try to use that as my brow bone shade, which still has a pinky undertone to it, but you know, we are working with it. So I'm going to use my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm gonna see if I can turn this look around for me. So now I'm gonna add my lower lash line liner, and I'm gonna use black. Now I'm going to quickly jump off camera and put on mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished off my mascara with the Troublemaker mascara, and I used my Coco 501 lashes, and now that I've done that, I feel a lot better about the way this looks. I'm feeling it a lot more. Sometimes I think all you really need are some lashes, and that's like literally all you really need. So sometimes after I apply my lashes, if my glue is like looking a little shiny, I'll just take some eyeliner and go over the top of it a little bit. Now that completes today's eye look. And to complete the lips, I just used a little bit of the Dose of Colors No Shade, and I am going to just add a little bit of sparkle because I can't just be basic. So I'm gonna use Over the Top from Dose of Colors, which was a limited edition collection. But but I just like the glittery. So I thought the more nuded out lips looks a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my face makeup for my other video, and I will be right back. Alright, you guys, so that was the completed eye makeup tutorial. If you want to see the products that I used on my face, I will have that video up in the next couple of days. So be on the lookout for that, because I did 2 separate routines. I did this makeup look, and then I did a foundation routine. So if you want to see that, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, so that way you can see my newest video. So I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. I feel myself getting a little hoarse, so I'm gonna take a little break from the filming the YouTube videos today. But I hope you guys like this video, I hope you like this look, and I hope you guys are super excited for me to be coming back. And I think that's all I have to say for today. So I will talk to all of you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.
Why? Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Better than you doing you. Fuck it, what you want?